Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We're excited that you're here. We have a great group of colleges and presenters lined up for you this evening and are excited to share some information that will hopefully help with your college search process. So I'll turn it over to them here in just a second, but before I do, just a few housekeeping announcements. First, your cameras and microphones are turned off, so don't worry, we can't see you or hear you. Hopefully you can see and hear us okay though. If for some reason that changes or you can't, just send us a message using the Q&A button on your Zoom toolbar. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what it's doing. Send us a message using the Q&A button on your Zoom toolbar and we'll be happy to help troubleshoot that with you. Speaking of the Q&A button, that is your best way to engage with our presenters this evening. So as you have questions throughout the session, feel free to drop those in the Q&A box and we will be monitoring those and are happy to answer those as they come in. Don't forget there are more sessions being offered this spring, so just check that StriveScan website where you signed up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as the session recordings here in the next week or so. So before I turn things over, I wanted to show you our schedule for this evening. We are at the top right-hand corner, session C5. So slated for tonight, we have Missouri University of Science and Technology, Texas Tech University, Michigan Technological University, Oregon Institute of Technology, Rochester Institute of Technology, and South Dakota Mines. Our partners at Missouri University of Science and Technology weren't able to join us quite yet, so we are going to kick things off with Texas Tech. So I will turn it over to you guys.
Thank you, Tyler. I really appreciate it. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Lubbock, Texas, where Texas Tech is located. My name is April Tipton, and I serve as the lead admissions counselor, and I'll be giving the admission presentation today, along with my wonderful coworker, Jen Miller, who will be assisting me with the chat box. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the chat box. And we're just so excited that you're joining us this evening. To tell you a little bit about Texas Tech University, we are located in Lubbock, Texas, as I mentioned. We are a big public university with over 40,322 students to be exact. So we're super excited that we're still able to maintain those students with 20-to-1 students. So the student to teacher ratio is 20-to-1. We are a tier 1 research university. We have 52% male, 48% female. Also, with that being said, at Texas Tech University, we have over 300 residents. 78% of our new students come farther than 300 miles. Also, with that being said, to tell you a little bit about Texas Tech University, we are 6 hours away from Dallas, 8 hours away from Houston. So we're definitely not a suitcase campus that you might expect. Students attending Texas Tech from one of our larger Texas states might come as far as, if not farther, than some of our out-of-state students as well. We are a traditional campus, so we're very into spirits and traditions at Texas Tech University. Yes, there is an international Lubbock airport, which is about 10 minutes away from campus, which makes it extremely easy for our students to travel to and from to Lubbock. Again, people at Texas Tech love Texas Tech University. With that being said, we have 10 different academics colleges, also including honors, with over 150 academic programs that you can actually choose from. And that's all consisting of undergrad, graduate, pre-law, medical, all under one campus. We're super excited to announce this fall of 2021, we're going to be starting our veterinary program, which is the second veterinary program that's located in Amarillo, and the second largest veterinary school, which is actually going to be located in Texas. Also, with that being said, we have over 550 clubs and organizations. So we have 19 resident halls on campus, which you are required to live on campus your first year, 30 plus dining venues. We have this beautiful 242 square feet rec center as well, and also this beautiful lazy river. Again, lots of spirit traditions, like our tradition like Carol of the Lights. We are a Division I school, so we are part of the Big 12. So literally all you have to do is swipe your card to get into one of our athletic games. Again, we are Division I, part of the Big 12 at Texas Tech. To apply to Texas Tech, we do require these 4 documents here. So when you apply, you can apply with the Common App or the Apply Texas. We don't prefer one over the other. There is a $75 application fee or a fee waiver. We do need your high school transcripts for right now. You can actually upload your unofficial transcripts. That's all we need to know. And then once you have your official ones, we will need those too as well, so we can make that decision a little bit easier for you too as well. well. As far as official SAT and ACT scores, great news. We've actually moved to test optional for the fall of 22. So which means you do not have to supply your SAT or ACT scores to be admitted to Texas Tech in your application. It will either ask you if you want to apply test optional. Just make sure that you go ahead and check on that box that you want to go ahead and apply test optional if you like. Again, if you do want to supply us your SAT and ACT scores, those would be more so for the TSI requirements or for our scholarships, which I'll be talking about in just a moment. Again, we do super score at Texas Tech University. Once we have all these documents in, it does take 2 to 4 weeks for a decision to be made at Texas Tech. Again, we do have 2 types of assured admissions at Texas Tech University. So this is our assured admissions, which is one of them, which is a shortcut. So if you're in the top 10% of your school with a distinguished diploma, that's all we need to know. And if you're on the top 25% and 25% will with an 1180 super score of a 20 score and an ACC scores will be admitted. Scores, keep in mind, also ranking goes down. So some majors do require as far as assured admissions to enter in some of these programs. If you don't meet in these criteria, no problem at all. We'll just go through the application review process, meaning we're going to be looking at your essays, letters of recommendation, course rigorous, curricular activities, your work history, anything that can tell us to help us make a decision in your favor at Texas Tech University. Also, with that being said, if we have any out-of-state students, please let us know. I'm coming to you live from San Diego, California. My wonderful coworker, Jen Miller, who's helping us out, assist with the chatterbox, she's coming to you live from Colorado. So again, if we have any students from out of state, we love to hear from you, because if you qualify from a $1,000 scholarship from Texas Tech University, that's going to get you the in-state versus the out-of-state tuition. Again, if you qualify for a $1,000 competitive scholarship from Texas Tech University, that's going to get you the in-state tuition as well. We do have presidential scholarships here as well. This is going to be based off of your SAT and ACT scores. We do, again, we're going to rank you based off of your SAT and ACT scores. If your high school doesn't rank, then we'll rank for you. Again, we do have Matador scholarships that are going to be available for test optional students at Texas Tech University. Again, you're going to want to go ahead and start a Rater Connect portal. This is where you can actually upload all your documents as well. And most importantly, you can check to see who your admissions counselor is too. We do have lots of virtual events just like this. So you could definitely check out for any of our academic colleges that you would like to check out, financial aid, scholarships, or what have you. We have them all on here too as well. If you would like to come and visit our center, our visitor center, here's our information too. But most importantly, thank you so much for joining us. And Tyler, thank you so much for all your help, and you all have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Wow, I'm sorry, I was talking to myself. Thank you so much, April and Jen. Okay, next up, we are going to Michigan Technological University. Nanette, are you there and ready?
I am sorry, I was having a little technical difficulties there. So
No worries.
All right, ready to go. So sorry about that. So thanks so much for joining us this evening. So my name is Nanette Carlson, and I am the Regional Admissions Manager based in the Minneapolis and St. Paul area for Michigan Technological University. So a little bit about Michigan Tech. It is a comprehensive research university with a STEM focus. With 7,000 students, we're the perfect size for a student who wants to feel at home and have almost endless opportunities. So we're located in Houghton, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And there is a regional airport in Hancock, Michigan, which is across the lake from us. So it's about a 10-minute drive from the airport to campus. So it is served by United, so you would fly through Chicago to get there. So our students build and launch nano satellites. They make prosthetic ankles better, and they connect robots with kids. This year alone, our undergraduates spent 126,000 hours working alongside faculty members on paid research. So Huskies go on to earn the 9th highest starting salaries in the country at $65,000 a year. It's a future like no other. Included in a student's tuition at Michigan Tech is access to all of the stuff that you see here. So Michigan Tech does own its own ski hill. We own our own golf course. We have 35 kilometers of Nordic ski trails on our campus. So once on campus, our Huskies experience a truly residential college experience with tight-knit dorm communities and more than 240 different student clubs and organizations. New this year is co-ed varsity esports. So otherwise we have NCAA Division II sports for men and women and Division I men's hockey. So now let's talk a little bit about the admissions process. So we've always had a free application at Michigan Tech, and students hear back within 2 to 3 weeks of applying and submitting transcripts. So we require a 2.75 high school GPA with a minimum 1110 SAT or a 22 ACT, or a 3.0 GPA if you're not submitting test scores. So the average freshman arrives on campus with a 3.78 GPA and a 1260 ACT, or excuse me, SAT or a 27 ACT. So a world-class education is an investment. So non-Michigan residents are looking at a total cost of around $51,000 per year. So note that tuition is a flat rate for 12 to 18 credits. We want to make sure that we help students budget for their annual expenses while being able to explore courses outside their major. More than 90% of our students qualify for financial aid and a wide range of automatic merit scholarships and competitive scholarships. In addition, co-ops and internships help students earn money while gaining incredibly valuable practical experience. More than 415 companies recruit our students on campus at the nation's second largest career fair. So now let's chat a little bit about some of our more popular campus traditions. So being located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, they get a lot of snow. So on average, about 218 inches of snow a year. So Winter Carnival is a celebration of all things winter. So each February, students get a four-day weekend to build snow sculptures. They race dogs, they compete in human ice bowling, and they just enjoy the inevitable snow. We also have broom balls. So if you've never heard of broom ball before, think of hockey with a ball, but on shoes and with brooms instead of sticks. So we have 3 broom ball courts set up on campus. We have a webcam on each of them so that family and friends can watch their students play. We also have our Parade of Nations, which captures the spirit and unity of our incredibly diverse community by parading through the city in traditional dress, followed by celebrations across campus. And then, of course, there's homecoming. So in cardboard boat racing isn't always successful, but it's always a highlight of homecoming week. So I can't wait to talk with you more about the Husky family. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. And thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nanette. Okay, next up, we are going to Oregon Institute of Technology. Willow, I think you're muted.
I'm sorry, I've done that before. Thank you. So my name is Willow Charlton, and I'm an admissions counselor for Oregon Institute of Technology. And so today I'm going to share some information with you about Oregon Tech. Sorry about that. So some things I like to point out about Oregon Tech, so our points of pride. So 96% of our students are either enrolled in graduate school or employed within 6 months after graduating. So students who come to Oregon Tech and get their degree with us, they're pretty much guaranteed a job after they graduate. On average, our students are making about $60,000 per year, and that's starting salary right out of college from Oregon Tech. So we have some of the top earning alumni out of any four-year university according to PayScale. So that's pretty cool. We're also rated #1 in Oregon for return on investment. So when you put money towards your education at Oregon Tech, you're really getting your money's worth. You're going to find a job. We're going to prepare you for the career field that you're going to go into and the skills that you're going to need to be successful. One other really wonderful thing about Oregon Tech is that our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. So your professors get to know you by your name. You get to know your professors really well. And 91% of our undergrad courses have 30 or fewer students in them. So like I said, you really get to know your professor, and that leads to a lot of success later on in life. We also, I would like to say, we are Oregon's only polytechnic university. So we mostly have courses in STEM related areas, so science, technology, engineering, and management. We also only offer Bachelor of Science degrees. We do not offer a Bachelor of Arts. And embedded in our curriculum at Oregon Tech is our hands-on curriculum. So students are getting, doing projects, senior capstones, getting to do labs, whether it's a welding lab in engineering or a hydraulic lab in civil engineering, or maybe taking images as a medical imaging technology student. You get to use the equipment that you're going to use in your career field, and that's something very special at Oregon Tech. We also have externships and internships that are embedded in our curriculum as well. So students oftentimes leave with lots of resume building criteria on their resume. So that's wonderful too. So we have one main location. It is our Klamath Falls main campus. We do have some other campuses. Our Portland Metro Commuter campus located in Wilsonville. We have a program in Salem, and we also have a program in Boeing at the Seattle campus up there. But mostly Klamath Falls is where we have most of our students. So our student population is about 2,300 plus. That's where we have mostly our on-campus living experience, so our residence halls, our athletics, which I'll talk a little bit more about, and then also most of our on-campus clubs are there as well. We also have a solar and geothermally powered campus, so we get about 91% of our energy from our 7,000 plus solar panels and our geothermal well. Our geothermal well also heats up our sidewalks, which is really cool because we get 4 seasons. So we do get sun, lots of sun, 300 days of sunshine, but we also do get snow in the winter. And then we overlook the Cascade Mountains in Klamath Lake. It's a very beautiful campus, and we're only 40 minutes away from Crater Lake National Park, so that's pretty cool too. We also have 40 plus academic programs and 50 plus student clubs and organizations. So, lots of different clubs to get involved in, from our Hawaii club to like an engineering club. We have our outdoor program to get active outdoors. We have a student success center that has lots of different services, whether it be our general clinic on campus or maybe peer consulting services where you can get free tutoring. There are lots of different programs we have to help our students be successful. We even have a career services too if you need help finding an on-campus job or a full-time job after you leave Oregon Tech. And lastly, we have our NAIA Division II athletics. So we have baseball, volleyball, softball, track and field, soccer, basketball, if I already said that. So lots of different cool teams. If you're interested in being a student athlete, or maybe you just want to cheer on your fellow AL students. So yes. So these are many of the different degrees we offer at Oregon Tech. So we have a health, arts, and sciences side, a lot of different health-related degrees. We also have applied sciences down at the bottom. That's kind of more of our general education courses that can set you up for a lot of different success in a lot of different areas. We also have engineering technology. So that's not all of our engineering programs, but that is quite a few. And then we also have our business college as well, with a couple different majors missing from that list as well. So lots to offer, lots of different areas. And then these are our first year admission requirements. So as a high school student coming out, we're looking for 15 core subject requirement classes. So typically 4 years of English, 4 years of math with at least Algebra 2 as a prerequisite, and 3 years of lab science. So it could be earth science, biology, chemistry, physics, all of that good stuff. And then if you have a 3-point or higher unweighted GPA based on these 15 core classes, 15 core classes and no deficiencies, you will pretty much be guaranteed admission to Oregon Tech. If you have maybe a 2.3, 2.4, I still recommend applying to Oregon Tech, even if you might have a deficiency as well, because admissions is not black and white. So, definitely still apply to Oregon Tech. And then we do not require essays, letter of recommendations, no second language, no transcript at the time that you apply. Essentially, you're self-reporting your grades. And then also we are SAT, ACT optional. So if you have those scores, we ask that you submit them because they will help you, not hurt you. And we also hand out our fee waiver code like candy. So if you ever would like that, definitely feel free to email me or our admissions office, and we'll give that to you so you don't have to pay the $50 application fee. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thanks, Willow. Okay, next up, we are going to Rochester Institute of Technology.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kareem Yaport. I'm one of the admissions counselors here at RIT, as well as an alumnus from RIT. So I'm just going to go ahead and begin. So RIT is located in Rochester, New York, where if you count our main campus, as well as our international campuses in China, Croatia, Dubai, and Kosovo, we're actually one of the largest private universities in the country. We have over 13,000 undergraduate students, and within that population, about 2,600 international students, as well as 17% of our students are Alana, so African American, Native American, or as well as another 10% of our campus is deaf or hard of hearing, because we house the National Technical Institute for the Deaf, or NTID, which is one of our colleges. So we have a very wide diversity on campus. Even though we're a large private institution, we do have very small classroom sizes. Our average classroom size is about 22. And our faculty to staff ratio is 13:1. And I would like to note that even though we have TAs and teaching assistants, the professors are teaching 100% of our courses on our campus. So a little bit about the colleges. So I mentioned NTID. We have over 9 colleges on the RIT. So they range from engineering, technology, computing, liberal arts, business, art and design. So we have over 90 degree programs and over 110 minors. So everything that's offered as a major is also offered as a minor, and you can combine all of everything together. So I myself, I have a background in liberal arts, but my minor's in computer science. So you can mix and match outside of your program. As well as double major. And we do have accelerated dual degree programs where you can get a master's degree in a short amount of time. One of the things that we're most known for here at RIT is co-op. So one of the things we've learned is that learning while doing makes a big difference for our students. So we offer internships, research opportunities, clinical rotations, but overall co-op. So co-op, if you've never heard it before, is full-time work in your field of study. About 91% of our programs require co-op, and you're getting paid while not paying tuition and learning more about your field of study. So if you're an engineer, if you like mechanical engineering, you'll be working for companies like NASA, and they really range from small companies to big company. We have career fairs and co-op advisors to help you through that process. This is kind of an example, the upper example for students that are interested in engineering, technology, and computing, how that kind of breaks down. And for those interested in liberal arts or business or programs that require less co-op, the lower example kind of shows you how that breaks down. And again, you're not paying tuition while you're on co-op. And if you want to know a little bit more about your individual program or major or some of our company partners, I definitely recommend going to joboutlook.rit.edu. You can get more precise outcome ratios and starting salaries within 6 months of graduating on our website by program. We have a very vibrant campus outside of our academics. We have over 300 clubs and organizations, from environmental to cultural. If you're interested in something, you'll find your family here. You can mix it up if you want to learn Bhangra, horseback riding, archery. There's a lot of fun things on campus. And about 10% of our campus does affiliate themselves with Greek organizations, and they give back a lot to the local community. When it comes to applying to RIT, there's 3 different pathways. You can either apply directly to a major or to our exploration programs for any of our colleges. And as well as we have university exploration. University exploration is if you love maybe engineering as well as art and design, and we tailor our program to help you figure out what is the best fit here at RIT, as well as we have the School of Individualized Study, where you can make your own program on campus. So we have differential admission because you're applying directly to a program, and we have some competitive programs such as mechanical engineering, biomedical engineering, electrical engineering. There's some very competitive programs here. So students are applying directly to those programs because we do tend to have wait lists in some of our more competitive programs. And we will review you by the program that you're applying to. So when we're looking at a student, we're looking at your high school record, GPA, course load, as well as appropriate. So if you're engineering, math and science, liberal arts, more English and social studies. We're SAT, ACT optional, as well as we will read you as a recommendation. Round 1 or 3 is usually what students are submitting. We'll read your essay, as well as take the time for the activities and interests to really brag about yourself. And if you're interested in the schools of art, design, and film and animation, we do require a portfolio for those programs. And that is RIT in a very quick nutshell. I definitely recommend to go by our website at rit.edu/visit. We have a more comprehensive virtual version of this, as well as feel free to email me any of your questions, as I'm the territory manager for this area. All right.
Awesome, thanks so much. Okay, and last but certainly not least, we are going to South Dakota Mines.
Okay, sorry about that. Okay, my name is Kristen Kugler. I am a regional admissions counselor with the South Dakota School of Mines and Technology. So we'll start with our location. So South Dakota School of Mines and Technology is located in Rapid City, which is in the southwest corner of South Dakota in the beautiful Black Hills region. It's home to about 75,000 people and has a great 4 seasons climate. The Black Hills provides lots of opportunities to do outdoor activities like hiking, biking, water sports, fishing, and skiing. It's a small STEM university with about 2,500 students, and our mascot is the Hard Rockers, which are miners. Grubby the miner is our mascot officially. 15:1 is the student to faculty ratio. We have about 24 in our average class size, and we have 20 different STEM majors to offer, 12 accelerated master's degrees, 23 minors, and 10 PhDs. You can also take minors from other South Dakota universities. 50% of our students come from out of state, and about 41 states and 28 countries are represented. So we offer a wide range of STEM majors. Our biggest major is mechanical engineering, but other popular majors include computer science, chemical engineering, and electrical engineering. Some of our more unique majors include metallurgical engineering, industrial engineering, science, technology, and society, and business management and technology. Students can also come in undeclared their freshman year. We're a great value, and we have been recognized as the #1 best value in engineering universities in the US for the past 2 years by College Factual. Tuition and fees are estimated in this chart for about 30 credit hours for the year. And at the bottom there, you can see our estimated yearly totals for each of our rates. You can go to our website to see what qualifies for those rates. The Hard Rockers enjoy many unique and fun traditions. One of my favorites is when students throw paint on the giant letter M on our M Hill in the middle of Rapid City, and then they slide down them in frisbees. As you can see, that picture up there is what they're doing. We also give all of our freshmen beanies, and then our seniors, they get hats and they decorate them, and there's contests and lots of fun things. Internships and research are important parts of the hands-on education at South Dakota Mines. 79% of our students have at least one paid internship or research experience before they graduate. You can see they'll go all over the country as well and make about $19 an hour. Career fairs attract over 100 different employees each semester, and we have great research opportunities in all of our majors. SURF is a highlight for us, and that's the Sanford Underground Research Facility. It's a converted gold mine with almost a mile underground, and it's used for things like dark matter research and more. Our students have a great return on their investment. And about $66,000 is the average starting salary and 96% placement rate of graduates into jobs or professional school within the first year of graduating. Students can choose from over 100 plus clubs and organizations. We're Division II athletics. You can also do club sports or intramurals. We have Greek life, ROTC, music, engineering camps like building concrete canoes like you see in that picture, and special interest groups like blacksmithing and robotics. The university offers support through our Student Success Center, our peer mentoring program, our WISE, Women in Science and Engineering program, Center of Inclusion, and our ADA and Counseling office. And if students want to pursue a health career after they graduate with their bachelor's degree, they can work with our pre-health advisor, and she will help them get into any kind of health graduate program they want. The university we offer different types of visits in person and online. You can go to our website to register. It doesn't take much to apply, just a $20 fee. We need your official high school transcripts and proof of math readiness. There's no letters of recommendation or essays required. And we are test optional as far as ACT or SAT goes for admission. However, if you want to be considered for scholarships, then you'll need to submit one of those scores and have a 3.0 GPA and be accepted by January 15th of your senior year. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to contact us. All my contact information is on our website as well. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Kristen. Okay, well, that wraps up our formal presentations for this evening, but we have a few extra minutes here to do some Q&A. So I'm going to ask all of our presenters, if you want to turn your cameras back on, I'm going to share my screen and we'll go through a few questions here. Students, if you have specific questions, now would be a great time to drop those in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer those over the next few minutes. In the meantime, the first question I will ask to each of you is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? So we'll go in the same order we presented in and start with Texas Tech.
Yes, thank you. The first advice I would give students is definitely get to know your admissions counselors, reach out to us because we're here to fight for you and get to know you and help you and navigate certain things. Because a lot of us that we actually work out of state. So I'm actually in California, and there's a lot of us that actually, as far as colleges and universities, a lot of us actually live out of state. So definitely get to know us so we can definitely help you navigate your admissions process. Thank you.
My advice would be to go and visit the different campuses that you're looking at. So if you wanted to narrow it down, if you have looking at a small, medium, large size university, that way you get a good feel for the size of the campus, how you are treated on campus, because the way you're treated during your visit is probably a really good indication of how you're going to be treated the rest of your time that you spend there.
Hi, yes. So I would definitely say don't be afraid to apply because, you know, you look at admissions requirements sometimes, and I think a lot of students get intimidated by those and maybe they're not quite meeting them like immediately or, you know, just right off the bat. So I would say don't be afraid to apply to whatever college, you know, you think you might be interested in. Yes, thank you.
And I'll definitely reiterate what Willow said. Don't be afraid to apply, even dream big. I got accepted to my top 1 school and I didn't think I was going to get in. And my other recommendation is apply to a wide range of schools, you know, test it out, maybe local, far away, public, private. I'm type A, so make a pros and cons list is usually my big recommendation. And just feel it out. You'd be surprised where the chips will lie. I am an RIT alum and I definitely didn't see myself being here at first, but once I visited campus, it definitely turned me around.
I would also say to visit campus and then to definitely talk with current students. They'll tell you their opinions and the good and the bad. So that's a great way to get their perspective of what it really is like to be a student.
Awesome. Great advice. Thank you, everyone. Okay, next question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on your campus? So April, we'll start with you.
Yes, one of my favorite traditions at Texas Tech is Carol the Lights. They string literally 25,000 lights around campus, 20,000 attendees. They drink hot chocolate, sing carols. It's just a wonderful time where we have current students, alum that come out and support Texas Tech. But most importantly, we had 9 proposals 2 years ago. So we're super excited to see how many that might be for this upcoming year. So definitely Carol the Lights. Thank you.
And my favorite campus tradition is one I kind of talked about in my presentation, would be Winter Carnival. So that is when the students, organizations on campus get together and build these huge snow sculptures. It's all out of snow and water. It's a month-long statue competition. And it's pretty impressive what a bunch of engineers can come up with. And they have to, every year there's a different theme for Winter Carnival. So the statues do have to be built off of those themes. So it's not like the same, they're building the same statues year after year. And that is when most of our alumni actually come back, is for Winter Carnival. You do have to have hotel reservations at least a year in advance. So, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So that would be my favorite tradition.
So I would say at Oregon Tech, one of my favorites, I would say, is our haunted house that the residence hall puts up every year. And it's really fun. A lot of people from all over the community come to go through our haunted house at our residence hall. So it's a lot of fun and people get scared and you get to scare people. So it's pretty cool.
For me, my favorite part of campus is Imagine RIT. It's usually right towards the end of the semester of our spring semester, and students showcase all the really wonderful projects that they've been working all year. It's designed for students of all ages, so you can have your brother and sisters like 5 years old to your grandparents. Everyone's gonna have a really fun time on campus. Every department, every club will have showcase something that they've been working on all year, and it's really great to kind of see the community maybe do cross collaborations between colleges and working on all these really cool projects on campus. That's definitely one of my favorites.
I went over a little bit of my favorite tradition on campus, which is the whitewashing of M Hill, but a little bit more description. So we have what we call M Week. It's our homecoming week, and that's the time that we have students wear their beanies that they get, and they hike M Hill. The seniors and the freshmen, we crown a king and a queen. And then at halftime of our homecoming game, which we usually play our rivals, our in-state rivals, Black Hill State, and they run around the track around the field at halftime and throw their beanies up in the air. So there's some fun stuff that they do at homecoming.
Awesome. Okay, thanks for sharing. Okay, last question of the evening is, if it will load, give us one last interesting or fun fact about your school that you haven't shared already or would like to expand upon. April, we'll kick it back over to you.
Yes, thank you. So one interesting thing that I always like to convey to students is our engineering department actually requires our students to do study abroad. So we love our students to do that, typically either their freshman, sophomore year. And so we have 80 locations that students can choose from. We even have a campus in Seville, Spain. So yes, so engineering does require our students to do study abroad.
One thing I didn't mention in my presentation, I talked about our career fair, and second largest in the country, one-day career fair, but our job placement is 94%. So that would be a fun fact there as well.
I would say one interesting thing about Oregon Tech is that we are the first in the nation to offer a Bachelor of Science in Renewable Energy Engineering, which is something I did not mention in my presentation. And our solar panels that we have on campus and also our geothermal well, our renewable energy engineering students actually get to use those modalities. And we also have a master's program as well as in renewable energy engineering.
So here at RIT, we're actually the first university to offer an IT degree in the United States. But I would say, so before we were the RIT Tigers, we were the RIT Tech Men, which isn't really menacing. So in the 60s, we actually got a live tiger, a Bengal tiger on campus to make us the RIT Tigers. So Richie's been, that's why our mascot's Richie, is named after the tiger that we had on campus. So that's a really weird fun fact about RIT.
A fun fact about South Dakota Mines, we were established in 1885 to educate all of the gold miners in the Black Hills, which is an ode then to our mascot, Grubby.
Love it. Okay, thank you all so much for sharing. That wraps up our presentations for this evening. So panelists, thank you for joining us. Presenters, thank you as well. Students, when you close your Zoom window, there will be a very quick 4-question survey. If you don't mind completing that, we'd really appreciate any feedback that you have. Don't forget there are more sessions being offered this spring, so be sure to check the StrideScan website where you signed up for any additional sessions you might be interested in, as well as all the session recordings will be posted on the StrideScan website within about a week or so. So thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we will see you soon.